really proud of him. I think Geoff, showed the MMA community what he's about. All the diehard fans, they know who he is. He was a favorite, but everybody on the internet thought he was going to get knocked out. So Mike Perry's a big name. He's a tough guy. He's never really been put away like that. So for Geoff to do that, it's a really big statement.
What did you notice in his training, being able to commit more time without having the day job? Did you see sort of an improvement in him, or were there any things that you noticed in this camp?
Well, Geoff works so hard all the time.
Yeah.
He would work a double and then come in and train 100%. You're not going to see a difference. That kid, people get where they are for a reason. This guy's working harder than almost anybody in the gym. His strength and conditioning with Coach Mike Scatia. He's grinding all the time. So I knew he was going to be ready.
And how is it, you have a lot of guys that you have to work with, a lot of fights coming up and things like that. How do you navigate through all that? 'Cause it seems like every weekend you have someone fight. Rashad Coulter just fought, I believe, 205, right? He was competing recently.
Yeah, we have a lot of guys fighting all the time. But that's good, that keeps the team busy. It keeps everybody involved. It keeps everybody working. Nobody's being lazy. And, people have to have a goal, just like anything, just like a job. You need to have a carrot to chase, and we want to keep these kids active, and we want to keep them climbing the ranks.
As a coach, when would you like to see Geoff get back in there? Because he even said it himself, he needs some time off. Do you sort of have an idea in your head when you see him coming back?
It just kind of depends on, you guys touched on it, who wants to fight him in the top 10. I wouldn't want to fight him.
Yeah.
He's still, pretty unheralded. No one really knows who he is. Maybe they do now. I haven't gotten on Twitter yet. But the fact is, he's still, not as known as a lot of other guys, and he definitely has a lot of talent. So whoever the UFC brings to us, we don't really pick our fights, man. We fight hard fights, He fought Bilal Muhammad, who is unbelievably tough.
Yeah.
So good. And then he fought Nico Price, who I don't understand anything about how tough Nico Price is. And now he just fought Mike Perry. So it's all experience for him and to get him prepared for the top 10.
You mentioned the record, they're 19-5 this year. It seemed like it was pretty hard to top last year. This year, a lot of success. Have you been able to soak in the success this year, or is it just the mindset is always just looking ahead?
It's always looking ahead. Look, I'd love for you guys to talk about being 19-5.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge accomplishment. It's the best record in the UFC, the highest winning percentage, and to have that many fighters. We don't have 2 or 3 guys. We have 15 fighters in the UFC.
Yeah.
And all of them are. We've got 7 or 8 fighters that are streaking right now. Carlos Diego Ferreira is about to fight Anthony Pettis. I think he's going to be ranked. Geoff is now maybe going to be in the top 12, top 10. Macy's ranked, and we've got a lot of athletes that are ranked in the top 15. That's really not easy to do, to build from the ground up. So we're really proud of that. We don't recruit guys. We don't try to get guys that are in the UFC. They don't really walk in the gym. The only one we have is Uriah, and he's been a total pleasure too. And he's about to make the run. So I think when you're building it from the ground up, it's different and it's something to be proud of. And these guys all did it together, which makes it even that much more special.
I mentioned the busy schedule, Coach. Any time off for the holidays? Going to go see any family? Because I know you don't like taking a lot of time off, but sometimes needed this time of year.
Well, UFC Countdown is coming to the gym Monday.
Okay, so no.
For Diego Ferreira.
Yeah.
And look, this is what you work your whole life for.
Yeah.
I've been working. I've been doing MMA now full time since 2006. First as a fighter, and now as a coach for almost 10 years. So this is what you put that grind in for these moments. So head down, eyes forward, and just keep moving. We got a lot of work to do. The work never stops. We win the belts. We have to defend the belts multiple times, and then that's just the way it is.
Enjoy the victory tonight, Coach.
Thanks.
Sayif, real quick, is there a certain amount of fights you feel that your fighters should fight? Is there a sweet spot, like 3 in a year or 4 in a year?
I think it depends on the fighter and the experience. Geoff had a few adverse fights before he was in the UFC, and I thought that really was great for him because he blossomed from that.
Yeah.
Some athletes that are undefeated, I want them to get a lot of fights in the UFC because they have to have that experience. You've got to have that grind and that hardship to know where you need to go. So it just kind of depends on the fighter, but like I said, we want to keep our athletes busy all the time, and we want them in the cage. We want them winning and testing themselves.
And do you have a timeline for a title for a fighter that keeps winning like this, or do you try not to think of anything like that, or does it depend on what they're wanting?
I think that depends on so many different factors. Next month, if a welterweight comes out and throws a triple spinning back kick and knocks somebody's head off, who's ranked in the top 10, look at what Masvidal has done. Yeah. He made a quick, crazy ascension this year. So you just never know. There's so many tough, tricky guys. You just got to be really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, great year for you, and I think